So today I'm here with Vitality Carzzy, and you've just played versus MKOI. You've just lost 2-0, so can you just tell me a little bit about the result maybe and the match with your thoughts going into it as well?
hmm so for game one, I think we made some small mistakes, which led to us not getting like any early drakes or being in a good position to fight any of the drakes. Realistically, other than that, I felt like we played decent because we were like they were also struggling to end the game against us. Like it was quite a long game with a lot of objectives falling. There were like two Elder Dragons and two Nashors, I think. So yeah, I think if we got any early dragons and we got into better position to contest and fight for it, it would be perfect. But we made some small mistakes that just made us lose those dragons. So that's skill issue. And for second game, I think we are not good enough of a team to play draft like this because this draft requires a lot of creativity and like really good understanding of the game because it's a hard draft. It's like really difficult to execute. So you can win because it's just not that good, you know.
Yeah, so
So that's
like
what I'd say.
when I look at the draft for game two as well, when I think of a game plan for you going into game two, I definitely don't think Yasuo TF. Was that something you prepared beforehand, or was it just Nako calling for I want to play the
Um,
Yasuo?
we prepared like we played some of these champs, but not that much. It wasn't our main focus in the practice. It was more like just situational in that game, and we thought it would be a good angle. The biggest problem was that we left Brom open when we are playing Nautilus. I think that makes everything way harder because Brom is good into all of our champs. So that was like the biggest game deal breaker, like breaking the game, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And
However
it
that
seemed
is called.
like you had some trouble with the TF as well. With this, you had the Sivir, you had the Gwen, you had the Braum as well. It maybe seemed like it's like the game, as you said, it was maybe sort of lost from draft game two. Was it maybe like a tilt draft from game one, or because the vibes seemed pretty good in the team? We heard some of the
Yeah.
voice comms. You were pretty positive still.
Yeah, no. There was no tilt involved. I mean, I'm not sure what happened. Think just some bad calls during draft where we like forgot about Brom, you know. In game I knew it's gonna be kinda rough and like we were trying to do some crazy stuff and like just flip it a bit because the draft is really hard. And then we int it and it was just unplayable. Like after our flip plays didn't work. Or like flip. Like low. It's just hard game, you know. So we have to do something. And then after we died on mid, the 3v3 where we lost, and then I died on mid, it was really difficult.
Yeah, so like, I mean, of course, this game was maybe a little bit extra pressure since if you go 2-0, you go first place, you avoid G2, you go upper bracket. Did you feel the pressure coming in, or was it just any other match? Of course, it's a
Mhm.
big match. MKOI is a good team as well.
I mean, for me, I personally couldn't care less about if we end up like go into playoffs as fourth or first. Like it doesn't make any difference to me because if you're a good team, you're gonna beat everyone anyways. And like for me, even going from lower bracket is better for us because we are not that good and we will get more practice. So we have like a chance and opportunity to increase up playing officials on stage. Um, and about G2, I mean, maybe we dodge them this way, you know. So who knows?
Yeah, so you mentioned it yourself. You don't play that many games this split. It's a pretty weird format to say the least. So you might think actually going low bracket is decent to get some actually stage games, get some best of fives. Also with the fearless draft. What do you think about the format in general?
Uh, I mean, I think this format is kinda. I don't like it so much. It's just way too short, not too many games, and doesn't feel. I don't know. It just feels awkward, you know, that there are two groups, and the groups are like kinda unbalanced. I say. So it's just weird. I don't like it. I prefer way more the formats that were before.
So you would actually maybe skip the best of threes, or would you just have more best of threes if you had to like change a thing? Just
I
more
would
games.
rather. Yeah, I would rather play best of three against every team if that's possible, but I don't think that's possible because of the viewership.
Oh, it's
It's just not interesting enough.
Yeah, so you don't think maybe people wouldn't want to watch, no offense to Heretics, but people probably wouldn't want to watch Navi, SK, or Heretics or something like
Yeah,
that every
something like
week?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or even us, but I think we are kind of fun team, so hopefully not.
You like to flip it. Yeah, it seems like it seems like you're like sort of a vibes team. You have like very high highs and you have like sort of low lows, or maybe you have like an expectation that your level is higher than it is. Is it maybe hard to play some of the things, like maybe you expect your level to be higher than it is, and then you can't really play the game, like game 2 today, for example? Do you ever overestimate yourself sometimes?
I don't think so. I'm quite humble myself. And I think everyone in this team is quite humble. Like they know what they have to work on and stuff. At the same time, we are confident. Like we don't underestimate ourselves, but we don't overestimate ourselves. We have like a healthy ego, I'd say. All of us.
Yeah,
So that's what I like. And when I main flip it, just so it doesn't get out of context, it's like just taking fights that not like that we don't know anything, but like it's slightly losing, if they played well.
yeah, of course. And
So
you
fans are
played
not angry that we are like flipping everything.
now you played versus both KC and you played versus both MKOI and MKOI as well. Which team do you think is the better one if you had to choose one?
Mm. And to be fair, it felt harder to play against Casey. Like even though we won against Casey and we lost to MKOI, it's like in game it felt harder to play against Casey. But I think that they are both like good teams in the LEC, right? So it just depends on the day, I'd say.
Yeah, so maybe like today, for example, it seemed like the bot lane matchup versus Alvaro and Super was really hard. Also, maybe because of the draft, and Alvaro has been by many called the best support in the LEC, and you've gotten a new support as well. How is it to play with Fleshy? Is it a partnership in the works? I mean, you still look good, but I mean, maybe there's still some way to go to be the best.
Yeah, no, of course, there is always something to improve. I mean, I think we had a really hard matchup in the second game. I would never want to play this matchup like in my right mind, but I don't see what else to play in that game. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But I think that me and Fleshy are doing well together. It's better than with my previous support Niski. So we are improving. That's important to me.
Yeah. And just a final regular question. What is your prediction for your season or your expectations? I talked with Chayek last week. He said it's worlds or nothing, pretty much. Is that the same
Yeah.
for the whole team?
Yeah, I'm expecting to go to Worlds.
And
And I
you
think everyone else is.
also the whole team is on the same page there, yeah.
Yeah, I think we have what it takes to make it to Worlds.